Anggraini, Bro Joko, welcome to our meeting today, everyone. Let's go. We open first our topic today for today's meeting. Anyway, everyone, for this for this Friday, yeah, we will have examination later on Friday. So I will take some what is that value your progress of learning English, how is it, teman-teman semuanya, by talking about what is that names, ya, the grammatical structure and so on. Here we go. And today our topic is giving advice and suggestion. I'm sure you ever studied about how to make advice and suggestion in English. Bagaimana cara memberikan sebuah nasihat dan juga suggestion dalam bahasa Inggris. And then before we go, I would like to tell you that you have to know how to distinguish between noun and verb. Yes, noun and verb. Usually, learners make a mistake from this word. Here we go. Advice and suggestion. Advice itu yang kata kerja, advice yang berakhiran C itu yang kata kerja atau yang noun, teman-teman? Advice. Kan ada menasehati, ada nasihat. Nah, kalau yang menasehati, yang berakhiran C itu kira-kira yang noun-nya atau kata kerjanya, advice pakai C. In your opinion, this is noun, ya. This is noun. Use C. Yang pakai C itu dia kata benda. Sedangkan kalau yang pakai S dia kata kerja. I advise you. Berarti saya menasihati kamu. Dan teman-teman harus bisa membedakan kapan harus menggunakan noun, kapan harus menggunakan verb seperti itu. Nah, I mean like this. If we use noun, kayak contohnya nih, advice, suggestion, mungkin mereka itu digunakan sebagai objeknya. Contoh di sini, I give you suggestion, I give you advice. So do not say I suggestion. Do not say I always communication with my family. You can say communicate. Ya, you can say communicate. So bukan apa namanya? Bukan communications. Itu yang kalau ada kata communication yang shen gitu, itu biasanya dia itu adalah noun. Kalau ada kata yang bahiran kata shen, kemudian man, itu biasanya dia kata benda. Contoh, information. Information itu artinya apa? Pengumuman, ya. Kok pengumuman? Informasi. Berarti kalau menginformasi, bahasa Inggrisnya adalah inform. Yes, dari kata inform ke information. Kalau pengumuman itu announcement. Berarti kalau mengumumkan adalah announce. Ya, that's true. Oke. Suggest jadi suggestion. Oke. Conclusion itu artinya kesimpulan, ya. Berarti kalau menyimpulkan artinya bahasa Inggrisnya adalah
Conclude.
conclude. Nah, itu banyak yang seperti ini, teman-teman. Nah, teman-teman harus bisa membedakan di bagian sini. Oke. Terus kemudian agreement, ya, yang kayak gitu-gitu, teman-teman harus bisa membedakan juga. Jangan sampai setelah subjek langsung ketemu dengan kata benda tadi. Kurang tepat seperti itu, kurang tepat. Recommend jadi recommendation, ya. Oke. What else? I think we have a lot of it. Now it's going to be giving advice and suggestion. Look at this, everyone. There is a man who is standing on the bus, and apparently he has disability. Sorry, he has disability and has a panic attack. First man, yeah. Because of the old man is the second man in front of the man. Sorry, in front of him. Okay, so this old man brings sharp tool, but this old man seems don't care at all. So Mawar decide to say something because Mawar, who is on the same bus too, and she asks to the old man to save the tool and move. So means in the bus there on the bus there are three people. The man who has disability, and then the second is the old man who brings sharp tool, and the last is Mawar, the girl who is on the same bus too. Then in this case, if you were Mawar, if you were the girl, what would you say to the old man, Sister Selfie? If you were Mawar, what would you say to the old man? What would you say?
Maybe he
Lawrence?
he have to save the tool, his tool.
Could you repeat, bro?
Maybe he put his tool into the bag.
All right. Let's say you say directly, bro. The example, the old man is me. Were me. So how would you say it to me?
I'm sorry, sir. Can you put your tool to the bag because it's harmful. Maybe it's going to be harmful.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
All
That's it.
right. Thank you so much, bro Rons. And bro Rons, what advice should you say to the old man, bro Rons, if you see these conditions?
My advice.
Hmm?
Uh, I wanna ask him to put his tool.
No, I mean advice to the old man.
Advice.
Yeah,
Advice itu saran kan?
ya suggest, sorry, nasihat.
Nasihat.
Mm-mm.
Oh, oke. Dia bawa itu kan barang-barang apa tuh? Tajam.
Yeah, barang tajam. So for next, what advice will you say to the old man?
Hmm, apa ya? Pas dulu, pas.
Sorry?
Lewat dulu deh coba teman yang lain.
Okay. Mr. Sylvie, Bro Joko, if you find this condition, what advice you should to everyone?
Uh, maybe I can say to I will say to him sure please if you bring sharp stool please bring sharp stool with the closed container.
Oh,
Is this okay, Bro Reski?
yeah, that's okay. Very good. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Sister Sylvie, have you ever experienced that thing on public transportation?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I ever have experience like that. Someone bring a knife, but he bring knife like how to say, yeah, like similar with that story. He just bring with his hand, so that is make many people scared about that.
All right, all right. Well, actually, this sometimes happens, especially guys. I don't want to make you afraid of this, but as my experience, because I was living into province Lampung and South Sumatra, okay. So usually it happens, especially to old people and was that uneducated people. They always bring sharp tool when they goes somewhere. They call it name is badi. You know badi?
Oh yeah, I know.
Badi is small knife. It's so sharp and harmful.
Yeah.
Sometimes they put poison on it. Okay, it's to kill somebody. It can be.
You
So
know, my experience, I feel, no, no, in Kalteng, Palangkaraya, you know, Dayak people,
yes, yeah.
and they have a traditional soft tool. The name is Mandau, if I'm not
Oh
mistaken.
yes, I know that.
Really make many people scared because they have like how to say, their face not like how to say, sangar. I don't know how to say it in English.
Their face
Yeah, their face look like how to say sangar. I don't know sangar
is
or yeah, yeah, yeah. That
terrible or something like that, or
yeah, yeah. Mm.
mengerikan, or in this case is make us afraid ya,
Yeah,
intimidate ya,
correct.
intimidated face, wajah yang mengintimidasi lah ya. Alright, so yeah, actually when we saw somebody they brought something like that, our conclusions there are two. The first, they will do something bad, and the second, that things to avoid bad things one day it happened, because we know in especially in my place guys, begal okay is one of the common thing there, so that's why we have to be careful for it. Mhm. Even my brother, my little brother, yeah, ever got the accident. That's so that's so funny accident actually. So somebody took his smartphone, and with our family. I mean, two people, my brother and his family. The phone was taken by somebody, and then one of the door pelakunya was my family's friend, and then my family went to his house together to ask the phone and somebody else, blah 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 blah. And then if they don't want to give it back, so we are going to police. But finally, yeah, it's like say they say this is not true and blah blah blah, and finally they ask money. That's why people say if you are living so in that province, especially in Lampung, do not make a trouble or make problem with the native. Especially not not people all from Lampung like this, but especially in the village, okay, villagers, okay, yang di perdesaannya sekali. Kalau di kota udah modern mereka, very kind, okay, that's something like that. This is not only in Lampung actually. I think every place in Indonesia happens something like this, but we don't know. Just we don't know. Okay, something like that. In my place in Martapura as well, sometimes it like this. In my bad experience, yeah, in Lampung when I was living there, because I was born in Lampung until I was 6 years old. Everyone then moved to Martapura City. Hmm. But we are lucky if we have a family from Lampung, because my mom is from Lampung, so we know it well. So how to solve the problems, especially in the village, yeah, in the countryside, something like that. So we must be careful. Don't make something problems, especially with them. Sometimes the funny one, if you hit them, this is the funny one, when somebody is driving a car or motorcycle, and then one of the tires of your motorcycle, of your cars, okay, hit the small stone, and the small stone only the small stone hit the man, just a little hit, okay, a little hit, they will ask some money. Oke, hanya kena batu dari kendaraan kita gitu ya, satu aja itu kena gitu dikit itu, they will ask some money. That's why it's so what's that dangerous with make a trouble with them, especially in the village uneducated people yang nggak modern seperti itu. Now let me tell you advice and suggestions how to make. I'm sure that everyone knows how to make suggestion and advice, right? Just we take the conclusions and review the materials. Let me ask you, what is the meaning of must, everyone? Must artinya?
Harus.
Harus. Kalau should artinya?
Harus.
No.
Should. No?
Seharusnya.
Oh, seharusnya.
Oke, seharusnya. Nah, kalau di sini should untuk advice ya, nasihat. But let me give you the other explanations. Should itu maknanya seharusnya atau sebaiknya. Bahasa Inggrisnya seharusnya atau sebaiknya tidak harus menggunakan kata should. Kadang bisa menggunakan kata ought to. Itu juga bisa. Ought to, you ought to. Pernah menggunakan kata itu mungkin. Itu sebaiknya atau seharusnya, this is better to use for giving suggestion. Bagus untuk memberikan saran. And then must, the word must, the meaning is harus. It's very good to give advice. Sangat bagus untuk memberikan nasihat. Kenapa, bro? You have to know, guys, the difference between advice and suggestion. Advice is something must. All right. I can say that strong obligation that you have to do. Nasihat itu adalah kewajiban yang kuat yang harus teman-teman lakukan if you get it. Contoh nih, Sister Sylvie kalau dinasihatin orang tua dulu pas masih kecil, kemudian ngelawan itu dengan artian tidak mengikuti nasihat orang tua, I'm sure your parents angry with you, pasti itu ya. Sampai sekarang pun juga seperti itu. It's called nasihat, advice. Karena nasihat itu sifatnya adalah strong obligation. Seperti itu. Nah, sedangkan advice, it's a flexible obligation. Oke, ini kewajiban yang sifatnya bukan kewajiban sebenarnya ya. It's a flexible words actually. Mau diikuti boleh, nggak diikuti juga nggak apa-apa. Itu advice. Tapi kalau di sini kenapa bro? Advice kok pakai should? Nah, mungkin ada bahasa lain yang isinya seperti ini. Berikanlah nasihat, tapi yang dibalut dengan saran. Isinya nasihat, tapi cara menyampaikan seperti saran, sehingga orang itu akan terhipnotis untuk mengikuti. Seperti itu. Oke. Jadi bahasanya yang diganti. Seperti itu. Nah, kalau kata teman saya, bahasa lainnya, kamu mencintai orang itu nggak dilarang, wah. Tapi bungkuslah cintamu dengan keimanan, wah. Wah berarti gimana bro itu bro? Nggak ketemuan gitu, nggak usah gitu dan sebagainya. So it's same, okay? Depends on how we communicate, we convey. What about shall? Kalau shall itu maknanya akan bro. Shall itu maknanya akan, seperti will. Hanya, yes, hampir kayak will. Shall itu maknanya sama kayak will. Cuman shall itu nggak semua subjek bisa. Kalau will kan semua subjek, I, you, we, they, she, he, it, pakai shall, pakai will bisa, I will, sebagainya. Tapi kalau shall itu hanya untuk subjek I dan we. Oke, I dan we. Itu aja. Oke. Dan itu pun hanya digunakan dalam British. Oke, American they don't use it. Even they know. Okay, even they know. Itu ya. Dan kalau kata recommend, suggest itu udah common saya rasa buat teman-teman. Oh, I would recommend, I recommend, I suggest, I will suggest, itu nggak masalah. You can use that word. So, buat teman-teman, kalau mau mengasih saran, do not use the word must. It is better use should. I guess you should Terus bagaimana bro? Bahasa Inggrisnya must itu kan ada dua. Ada yang have to, ada yang must. Kalau have to itu weak obligation. Keharusan yang tidak kuat. Okay. So the example, as a husband, we must work to get much money for our family. Itu keharusan ya. Itu harus itu. Oke. Tapi kalau apa namanya yang tidak harus contohnya seperti ini. Oke. As a human, we have to do sport every day. Nah, itu tidak harus. Sebagai manusia kita harus olahraga setiap hari. Tidak harus olahraga setiap hari itu. Oke, 3 times in a week is enough. Ya enggak? Itu harusnya itu enggak harus banget. Something like that. Do you understand what I mean, everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Then I'm sure you have learned about this in the first basic, if not mistaken, day 15 or the third week. Now we use this for communications, for what's that? Let's say for speaking. I will give you 10 statements, everyone, and you have to give the advice, including the reason in it. I mean, not always advice, but also suggestion is better. Okay. Then in this case, you have to elaborate. Teman-teman harus membicarakannya dengan lebih luas ya, dengan apa namanya, dengan lebih apa bahasanya, dengan lebih menjabarkan dengan lebih panjang. Nah, biasanya orang kalau memberikan saran itu satu apa dulu penyebabnya yang terjadi, oke, kemudian sarannya apa, kenapa harus melakukan itu, kenapa tidak, kalau nggak melakukan kira-kira bagaimana, dan bagaimana cara melakukannya. The example, okay, this my suggestion. The example, Bereski. This is not a problem, but perhaps one of you want to ask for suggestion. Bereski, actually, I want to have good sleep and then good activity, but at night I want to pray taubah prayer. Setiap malam tuh saya pengen sholat taubat, Bro Reski. Okay. Then, what should I do, Bro Reski? What should I do? Then, my suggestion. Okay. So the first, if you want to have good activity, you don't need to sleep. Sorry, you have enough sleep, and then at night you have to wake up and so on. The first, my suggestion, you must control. You must make a timetable for your schedule. Example, do not stay up more than, you have to sleep at 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, you must sleep from that time. You should sleep. No staying up after that. And then set your alarm several times. Okay, make it different 3 minutes. You get up at 2 o'clock. At 2 o'clock, you get up, or between 2 until 2:30, you get up. And then you can, when you sleep, don't forget to switch off your lamp, okay, because it make you can sleep well. Then after that, when you get up, okay, do not stand up directly. Sit first a moment. After that, drink mineral water, and then go to your toilet, wash your face, and take ablution, wudu. Then pray taubah prayer for 2 raka'ah. It's okay, you don't need to pray 11, it's all right. 11 raka'ah is tahajjud, so just it. Okay, 2 raka'ah enough. After that, you pray something that you ask to God for forgiveness, apology, everything. And then after that, you sleep again. As my experience, from you wake up until you sleep again in that night, you only need time around 15 minutes. After that, you sleep. And don't forget to set alarm again. Get up at 5 o'clock or 4:30. When you get up, you may take a bath, you may don't. Okay, so you may take a bath, you may not. I mean, after that, if you take a bath, your body is really fresh. But if you don't take a bath, that's okay. Okay, and take ablution again, drink again, take ablution, and then you pray subuh. After pray subuh, you read some pages of Al-Quran. I think it takes about 30 minutes. After that, you may do activity. So in the morning, you will not sleep. Okay, you will not feel tired or so on. Why? Because when somebody is getting up in the middle of night, in the morning, their face is shining. Wajahnya itu akan cerah, teman-teman. They will not feel sleepy. That's as my experience. And I control my activity. Why? Because I'm so busy, everyone. Let me tell, in the morning, I start my class at 8 o'clock and I finish my class at 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock. So I have normal time. I mean, take a rest only at 12 until at 1:30. Okay, so yeah, something like that. It's so very busy. That's every day I do it. Why, bro? Because I work, I make some modules for schools, and then I join university and so on. So that's my job every day. That's why by that, alhamdulillah. And of course, I have to learn as well, like learning about vocabularies. Sometimes I need refreshing, such as watching or playing video games. That's my schedule. You may do it. The result is very incredible, especially for you are for Muslim. And actually, praying is not for Muslim in the middle of night. Okay, you are Christian, you may do it. Okay, because God is everywhere, and they always, what's that, always give us mercies and blessings for everything we ask for. Yeah, so that's
Have
my
you
suggestion.
have you ever exhausted, Bro Rizky? Because if I count your time for sleep, you go to bed at 10 p.m. and then you wake up at 2 a.m. So you
No,
just
no.
sleep around 4 hour.
It's not 4 hours. It's more actually. So let's say 10, 11, 12, 1, okay, 2, 4. After that, I 30, I sleep again, and then 5 hours.
Oh
Five,
yeah, you
yes,
sleep
five
after
five
you
hours.
pray.
After after pray, I sleep again.
Oh,
Okay, but when I was 13 years old, sorry, when I was 12 until 13 14 years old, usually after, because I stayed in pesantren, after wake up in the middle of night, I study. Okay, I study because we ever studied about hifdi prayer, salat hifdi. Salat hifdi itu kan katanya kalau habis salat hifdi, hafalan kita itu bisa meningkat drastis, because Ali bin Abi Thalib got that trips from our private. Okay, but after we study more and more and more, actually the prayer of hifdi, the hadith is doif, but the prayer is very good. Ternyata hifdi itu sholatnya, hadisnya doif, tapi doanya sangat bagus. Jadi kita doa aja, nggak perlu sholat hifdi. Something
so
like.
you school you get. Oh no, I'm so sorry. So are you Hafiz Quran, Bro Rizky?
Oh no, I'm not.
Curious
not.
about that because
Okay,
oh
no,
no.
not okay. Just
Oh,
no several, not all. Okay. Well, so that's my suggestions. It's a very amazing. In fact, it's very amazing. And one of my best friend, we never knew he studied every time when we were the same school, guys, but always the first rank. And then the conclusions, we never saw you study, but you're so smart. And then the clue, yes, because when you are sleeping, I studied at night, in the middle of night after tahajud, she say. So that's why he is much better than us at the time. Yes.
because
Now,
he study hard.
ya, oke. Karena kalau belajar dalam menurut survei juga sama teman. Belajar di pagi hari itu otaknya masih fresh, really
Yeah, like
fresh.
after
So
prayer, right? I ever heard
yeah,
if you
yes,
get started after subuh, yeah, your brain is maximum, how to say, uh,
yes.
but
It can what's that? Give more energy and everything is easy to remember. Everyone, really. Hmm. Before I speaking partner, I was studying and teaching in the first course in Kampung Inggris. Every subuh, we always practice speaking 2 minutes. All every subuh, okay, and then all tutors, okay, all teachers practice 1 minute, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. After that, we move again 2 minutes, 2 minutes for 2 years. That's why our habit at speaking is better. Alhamdulillah. Okay. Now we have some set statements here. I want to quit smoking. What should I do? I won $100,000. Ini mungkin sekitar 1.500.000.000 ya. Okay. And I don't know how to spend it. What should I do? So give a suggestion why and so on. I hate working. What should I do? You may say that. What's that? And then so others here. Okay. So and also for last everyone, the first guys, the first before you have a conversation, please tell the best advice you have ever heard from your parents, perhaps your friends, or from somebody. Okay. The best advice you ever heard. Itu kira-kira apa yang bisa teman-teman ceritakan ke kita hari ini? So, I want you to speak about this with your friends, then let's practice together. The best advice that makes me always study until now is my own advice. My own advice is stupid is painful, but smart is difficult. Oke, bodoh itu menyakitkan. Sulit itu pintar. Pintar itu sulit. Jadi
episode.
kalau kamu nggak mau belajar, kamu jadi bodoh, digoblokin sama orang, itu menyakitkan. Tapi jangan marah. Itu konsekuensimu karena kamu nggak mau belajar. Tapi kalau pengen pintar, harus belajar ekstra. That's why until now we have to learn. Okay, it's your time, everyone. Let me divide you and we practice together. For a moment, please. Let me start with the question. You may join to breakout room while waiting the questions, everyone. 3. Okay, it's ready, guys. Let's go. Sister, Bro Haris. Sir Putri, let's say to room 3. Okay, Bro Haris. Sir Intan. Let's say to room 2. Okay, Bro Haris, let's say to room 1. 2, 3, 4. You may click the button, sister. And let's go, guys. Guys, it's me, Bro Reski. Please tell about the best advice you ever got. Explain and how does it impact to your life?